You know how we start this every time. Johnny B, where are you? What are you doing? How's One Piece treating you? Please let us know. I got to know.
One Piece is going smooth. I am now on episode. Where the fuck is my recently watched?
Oh my God.
Keep watching. That's because
I don't know why he does this every single
over
time.
here
You should
watching the
come
Hunger
prepared.
Games. You're right, but I don't think about it until you ask me.
Oh
So
my
I'm on episode 146.
Okay. 10 episodes in a week.
So I left you at like 133. I left you at 133. And you were
What's happening?
I was caught in one of the very few moments of filler. There was definitely filler episodes going on.
What happened?
So each episode was like just a side story catered to a particular crewmate. So that one story about Sanji training the kid from the Navy to cook the curry, and that little backstory on Zoro when he met Johnny and the other guy that were bounty hunters. They did like that little backstory on him. There was a lot of random stuff. That thing about Nami with the map that we were talking about, and you were like, "Oh, that's filler." So and then I got to that little mini arc about the rainbow mist.
Huh.
Okay, so it was a story about they got to some island where the mayor of the town was charging everybody like OD taxes on everything. And they found out that the mayor of the town was a pirate that came to invade the town. He burnt the town to the ground, and that the little kids that were in the town were trying to run away, and they stole his ship and they sailed into the rainbow mist. And then they got stuck in that other dimension for 50 years, but they never aged.
They never aged. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And their one friend had tackled the pirate off the ship so that way they would be safe. And he stood behind and became the scientist and tried to learn about how to go back to the rainbow mist so that way he could get his friends back. So I completed that little mini story arc that they had. And then the story immediately transitions to like the very first mention of Skypiea. So this is that moment where they're sailing, and then a century-old pirate ship comes falling out of the sky.
Oh shit!
And then they introduced.
How did you feel in that moment when you saw that?
When I saw the ship falling out of the sky?
Yeah,
I was pretty baffled because I was just like, the fuck.
Exactly what I said the first time I saw that. I was like,
same.
The fuck?
Yeah, and but I think I had a bigger what the fuck moment when they saw those silhouettes of those humongous people. I don't know what they looked like people, so I'm just gonna call them people. But those large figures, those large silhouettes that they saw that was towering over existence. I don't know. Celestials. They saw the Celestials.
Okay.
and I was like, all right, very interesting. I expected all the fantasy stuff, right? I've been down with it from the very beginning. I just didn't know how big the fantasy element was gonna get. Like, I always believe that most anime wants to root itself in some kind of realism and just make their powers or whatever the story is be the magical part of the world, you know? So One Piece opens up and all the characters are pretty fucking normal. So like, you assume that other than anybody that eats a devil fruit, things are gonna go pretty normal. Mm-hmm. Pirates doing pirate shit, Navy doing Navy shit, people just peopling in villages, and it's been peopling, and and every time a new arc passes by, like Oda keeps opening this fantasy, element, and things become more, just fantasy in nature, but it belongs to the story. Like it doesn't seem like it doesn't fit, like it doesn't belong. Like the first evidence of that is like the fishmen. Now all of a sudden there's hybrid fish people. So like it's like, okay, cool. So I'm already down with the idea that anything goes, anything can exist, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But Oda usually does a really good job of making it make sense to the human characters in the story.
It will always make sense. If it exists in the story, it would always make sense. Like, it's not just going to be something just placed there for just putting their reason.
Just because, and I'm really loving Oda's writing, because he does always cover his tracks. So I appreciate it.
When he reveals things, he reveals everything. Like he's not gonna leave any question to what's happening in the situation right now.
Yeah, he doesn't like plot holes. I see. Yes. He's a writer that doesn't enjoy plot holes at all, because they're so far in the story haven't been any. At least nothing that I've caught personally.
If he's gonna do something like that, he leaves something open that is going to happen way further above.
Yes, which is usually when I have questions. I usually have questions.
Foreshadowing type shit.
And Macky will be like, "Don't spoil it for yourself. Just wait. It's gonna come. He's gonna tell you this. It's good. This is so and so is gonna get OD. Like So it's."
Like, I can't wait till you meet those giant people that you saw. I can't wait till you meet them. Because you're going to be like, damn.
The fuck?
We like, the fuck again.
Interesting. Which I'm down for. I'm totally down for. I'm a little upset at myself, because although I am moving at a decent pace, I feel like I'm not. Like, because
you've just been in filler town right now, because like I told you, right? The story was like there were speculations of the story ending after Alabaster. So it was getting caught up with the manga. They had to slow it down. Like the pacing in the anime is terrible. There's a lot of shit that they leave out that we don't know if you don't read or like look up shit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I follow all of the pages, so I see that shit. Plus, like I listen to other people talk about it, and so I try to stay up on it. I don't read it, but for those who don't read it and just watch the anime, there are a lot of things that you are missing, because there's things about the story that you're in now that people are just finding out today. And this shit happened so long ago. I'm not lying to you.
Wow. Interesting.
Because they didn't read the manga. Yeah.
In the manga, they have an order of how he wrote it. But then when it goes to the anime, he says, don't put that in there. We're going to put that in another episode a little bit more forward. Yeah. They move stuff. And it still makes sense. For him, it just help him write better when it's up in the front. The episode will go like smoother if you just remove that part, put it forward.
Facts. I don't disagree with that, but
it has nothing to do with the story right now, but it has something to do with something forward. But if he just puts it there, it's gonna be weird, because since they were going episode by episode, like every week, it would just be weird. So,
you're right. Like I said, but I agree. But the pacing is still, it gets really bad sometimes. I will say that. That's the only negative thing I'll say about
crazy. They slowed it down crazy
about One Piece. Like that is the only negative thing anyone will ever hear me say about that show, unless the ending is trash.
Because we're yet to see that.
Yeah.
So, but I don't feel like there's no way the ending is gonna be trash, bro.
Bro, it better not be. I don't think it's going to be, but you never know.
I mean,
you never know.
I just because I'm on Twitter a lot, and I see.
You gotta be careful with the tweets.
I've seen a whole bunch of shit. None of it means anything to me, only because I know that I have so much information to catch up on. There's no way in hell that I would be able to even comprehend an ounce of what's happening to Luffy and his friends right now. In the current manga and the current anime, there's no way in hell, because they haven't even explained hockey yet. Like there's nothing. Like I have literally nothing. I have nothing right now, and that's the reason why I feel like I'm not progressing through the anime, because even though I'm already almost at the 150 mark, right? Most animes are done. Like most one shot animes are done by this time. Like there's nothing indicating that I'm getting closer to seeing some of the images that I do see that float around the internet. I saw comparison pictures. I saw one the other day where they were taking the crew from like an episode in the 200s, and then they showed what those characters look like in like the 500s or something like that.
The time skip?
I get, after the time skip, and then
because 530 is like the time skip. That's like the time skip right there where they meet back up.
That's when they really change, like for real.
So like that, and then I guess a little bit like after that, like more nowish, like what the characters look like, So I see
because niggas is dressing different now. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that Luffy,
I've seen the images. So
Luffy now is dressing more like Gold Roger.
Okay.
He's dressing like him. Not really, but now he got a coat now. Luffy got a coat. Luffy never had a coat.
Yeah, just his
coated
shirt
up, nigga.
When you get a coat, that means you nice.
I'm actually waiting.
Am I lying?
That means you nice.
You're not. Even Marines,
bro, the coats be on them when they fighting. You got to be nice to hold your coat in place while you fighting.
Bro, you fighting, the coat, you don't even have it on. It's just laying on you. That should never fall off.
Never falls off.
That's some superhero shit.
Facts.
Yeah, you haven't met none of the admirals yet, bro.
No.
Be patient.
Them coats never fall off.
Them coats never fall.
If the coat falls off, they go like this.
They took it off.
Yeah.
And that's because the dudes they're fighting might be nice.
So I'm still looking at some of these like current images of One Piece, and I'm still like, when the fuck does Luffy get that fucking scar?
Oh no, chill.
I know. It's gotta be like, to the fucking moon. I'm probably hundreds and hundreds of episodes away from that explanation.
Correct.
But
you're like maybe 400 episodes away.
Which is cool. I don't mind the wait. But I've seen, like the images of what, like I know, like Zoro has got fucking one eye now, and freaking Luffy's got this big ass fucking X on his chest. So I'm just
fucking goat.
So I'm just, I see the images. I'm not stupid. Like now that I know something about these characters, like now I'm like, oh damn, okay, oh that looks fucked up.
Whoa,
you're getting excited.
Oh, that looks fucked up. Like so like I'm just like, all right, I wonder where the story is gonna take me before we get to that shit. And that's the one thing that I've just been very patient about. I don't want to get giddy and I don't want to get excited over it, just because like I know that when it happens, it'll be a serious moment.
Look at that. We just turned someone over. What episode is this? Episode 23? On episode 23, Johnny B became a One Piece stan. Look at him. Let's clap for him, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clap.
He is officially a straw hat, bro. You're officially a straw hat, kid.
That's it. I don't have to prove myself anymore. Episodes.
No, you're in, bro.
Gee, thanks. Why does this not feel special?
Trust me, it is.
It will. It will. Trust me.
It will.
You don't see a boat fall from the sky. You're a straw hat, kid.
Once you see the boat fall from, I'm telling you, bro, you pass
from here on out. From here on out, it's about to
I told you,
crazy.
once you get to Alabaster, if you can get through Alabaster and you like it, you'll like the rest of the anime, bro. I promise you.
Because Alabaster was crazy. Alabaster, the only thing that was
some niggas don't like the politics. Some niggas don't like politics. That's what it is.
They don't like politics. They're small-minded. But like the
should make the story crazier though.
I feel like when you're well versed, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're a little intelligent, like you understand shit more than like the average Joe, you appreciate everything else in life just a little bit more. If you a basic ass motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just,
Jesus, he going crazy.
Your attention span is gonna be, whatever it is. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel.
The yellow bag of Lay's.
if you a bag of yellow Lay's, sure, I can only eat those in barbecue, bro. I can't have any other Lay's. But everything got milk in it, bro. But I eat the barbecue.
You just eat the barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny B going crazy.
You just not the yellow bag. You got the black bag too. You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm looking forward to all that stuff in the future. I see the images. I'm enjoying the anime. The last arc was great because it was such a long saga. It was a collection of stories. So I did appreciate that. I haven't seen an anime do that since like Dragon Ball. Like the best examples, like the Cell saga, how, the characters don't start off facing the main villain who's Cell. The original threat are the androids. You know what I'm saying? They start you off with Frieza coming back to Earth, and then Trunks comes from the future. So
it also happened with the Saiyan saga too. You see Radix, then Vegeta and Nappa, then you go to where Frieza's at, fight all the little bitch niggas, and then you go fight Frieza. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole, a whole little story with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that and then that's when you get a little bit of a time skip where they show you, the next year. I think it is. After, like when everybody was waiting for Goku to come back. Yeah. So, the last time I've seen long story arcs like that was back in Dragon Ball, which, go figure, is the one that we've been always comparing One Piece to, just because I don't think anybody else, narratively, and the anime community always puts Luffy and Goku in conversation. You can't pretend like Dragon Ball is not always compared to One Piece or One Piece to Dragon Ball, because One Piece.
I don't compare them because
you know how different they are.
There's nothing to compare. That's what I'm saying. Like they're two. The only reason why you would compare them is because they're the biggest animes right now, or they're two of the biggest animes of all time.
Yeah,
that's why you would compare them.
And that's the reason why people compare great athletes in the same way. Like, like trying to compare, LeBron and Jordan. Two completely different situations.
I hear you, bro. But I don't like to compare them because they're not the same type of player. So
yeah, totally different.
And that's the same argument that you're making about One Piece and Dragon Ball. Is literally what I'm saying. That's the same conversation.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't compare them because there's nothing to compare. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. One Piece is One Piece. You feel me? They're two different. One creates many sagas in a story, right? Mm-hmm. While the other is just one big saga.
I get you.
I can't compare one big saga that's 1,000 episodes to sagas because there are different sagas in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and even in Super that we're getting now.
Yeah, but it is one.
Am I wrong?
Linear. It's
Am I wrong?
Linear,
am I wrong?
Story.
Am I wrong?
The story structure.
Am
might be
I wrong?
Yes.
Huh? I'm wrong,
and I'm telling you why.
All right.
Because okay. the structure of the story that Toriyama tells might be a little bit different, right? There might be definitive beginnings and endings. You get to see those moments of peace and the slice of life and the breakup between stories, and they could stand on their own. If you just didn't want to continue the story anymore, you could say that the story was over there. I get that, but it is one linear story. It has started from Dragon Ball, from Goku as a kid, all the way up to Goku as a grandfather in Dragon Ball Super. And it just tells you his life, his experiences, and what his family and friends have all been through up until that point.
I think the difference between both is that one is literally an adventure from point A to point B, and Goku is just his life story. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, because Goku doesn't have an end goal. Yeah. He doesn't have a goal like Luffy does. Like Goku's goal is to just continue fighting stronger people than him for the rest of his life. He just always wants to feel challenged. That's it. That's what wakes him up in the morning.
That nigga is a menace to society.
He wakes up in the morning and just wants somebody to challenge him. That's it.
Wants the hands, bro.
A menace. They should put him in jail, man.
Oh my god.
He's a deadbeat father and he's a menace to society.
He's not
a deadbeat father. You gonna lie?
An alien, kid. He's an alien that is meant to fight. He's not a deadbeat father.
He's a deadbeat father.
Oh, he is just an alien, bro.
Bro, Dragon Ball Z.
He's not wired like we are.
Dragon Ball Z.
Look at you making excuses for a deadbeat father. Look at this.
Dragon Ball Z literally starts. The very first episode starts with Goku riding the flying Nimbus to Roshi's house with his son to introduce his son to all of his friends. Hey guys, it's been a while. Here's my son Gohan.
Here's my puto ass son.
Nah, Gohan was stronger than him at the time.
Get the fuck out of here,
bro. When Gohan headbutted Raditz, bro, he almost took Raditz the fuck out, and Raditz gave Goku a really hard time. Piccolo had to kill Goku in order to kill Raditz.
Gohan it was just a burst of energy.
Yeah,
he was caught off guard. I think
technically,
he was caught off guard. If he didn't have that little armor, though. If he didn't have that armor, it would have been.
He would have been put out. He probably wouldn't have died. He would have been
knocked out for sure.
Yeah.
And then the other niggas would have killed him. But I digress.
That's what I'm saying. Once they see him go down, they be like, "Oh, no, this nigga's for real. Let's
kill this motherfucker. Be sweet."
But
hit him with a little pea blast.
Goku can't be all that bad. When you really look at his history with Gohan and Goten and stuff like that, like it,
Nah, he don't.
He has no history with Goten. What are we talking about?
He's been building it. They show you a little bit of that relationship in the beginning of Dragon Ball Super when Goten is hanging out with him at the fucking farm when he's freaking collecting vegetables. And they're talking and shit. He's been there. Even that moment where he's like, "Hey, Goten,
How long from the end of Majin Buu to Super? What's the time? Please tell me. How long?
I would have to go back and get the number, but
it's not that long. It's not that long. It's not that long. I'm telling you right now, it's not that long. That boy is 11 years old. Or no, how old is he? He's like 7 or 8. At the end of Dragon Ball Z?
At the end of Dragon Ball Z, he's like 7.
Okay. So that means in the beginning of Super, he's probably 8.
No, him and Trunks are teenagers now.
In Super?
Yes. They just don't draw them that way. They're technically teenagers. Trunks is supposed to look like his counterpart from the Future Trunks special. He's supposed to look like that kid Trunks.
Like 15.
You remember the way Trunks looked like when he first turned Super Saiyan when Gohan died?
Yeah.
He's supposed to look closer to that Trunks than he does in Super. They drew him and Goten like that because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a shonen and it needs to have a young character in it. Like some of the strong characters have to be kids. So they
should have put Pan in that motherfucker.
Because they don't want to go that far in the story because then that would mean they have to skip to the end of Z. they would have to go past the end of Z because she's still young in the last episode of Z. And Dragon Ball Super takes place in the 10-year time skip between when they kill Majin Buu and the end of Z. So nothing could have exceeded 10 years.
I think it was probably like 7 years. And then
right now, Dragon Ball Super is really, really close to the end of Z.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it was like close. It was like 7 or 8 years. So he spent time with him for 7 or 8 years. And there was peace, right? Nothing was happening.
Nothing.
So we can assume that they were bonding and shit.
They were chilling.
Because Goku wasn't training. No, Goku was working. That's why him and Chi-Chi got the farm and everything together. The only reason why he was allowed to leave and go train was because Mr. Satan had gotten all that money for supposedly saving the world again. So the world just but he knew
scammer in anime.
But he knew that he didn't defeat Majin Buu, so he gave the money to Goku and said, "This is yours. Like the world wants to thank me, but you're the one that really defeated Majin Buu." So
he really did that. That's dope.
When he goes home, Goku goes, "Look at all this money Mr. Satan gave me. Can I go train with King Kai now?" She goes, "Yeah, go do whatever the fuck you want.
Do the fuck you want. We rich now, motherfucker.
We're rich now. Go ahead." So
look at plot.
So that's why Goku goes.
The story starts. Planet. Goku needs a reason to train.
Yes,
he gets $100 million.
Here, go out in the world and be.
Now you can train.
I don't even know, yo. I dead ass don't know why Mr. Satan didn't give them niggas money earlier because he knew them niggas were the niggas, bro. Like that nigga was at the fight with Cell, and that nigga was like, "Yeah, these niggas is different. These niggas is something else."
He didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to believe that they was doing what they was doing.
Nigga, he believed that shit. He was just talking shit so he could stay up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He believed that shit. He knew what it was. He was
psyching himself out.
When Gohan was with Videl, and that nigga found out that it was Gohan, he looked at him and he was like, "Oh, it's that nigga." He about to be my... Nah, we got to treat that nigga good. You know what I'm saying? Got to treat that nigga nice.
Bro, they got a huge ass fucking like mansion for the three of them. Like fucking Mr. Satan has made sure they're good. Fucking Bulma's the richest person on the planet. She owns the most profitable tech company. Bulma's like Elon Musk. She owns Tesla. Like Bulma, the Capsule Corp is like modern day Tesla. Like
that's disgusting.
Yeah, Facts. And freaking, you know. No, I was gonna say she does big ass fucking birthday parties on a cruise and shit, you know.
I was watching GT the other day, and I see the second episode. Trunks is like the CEO of fucking Capsule Corp, right? And this nigga Trunks gets a stack of paper like this he has to read. He looks at that shit and flies out the window. This nigga's like, fuck. He's like, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
My mom is the richest person in the world. Why do I need to be here, dog? Vegeta got the best
setup.
Flip of a coin right there. That nigga, his wife is rich. His
son
is smart as
hell. I know that nigga Yamcha is sick.
He is. I know. Yo, there's not. Yo.
I know Yamcha's sick, bro. I know he is.
I love how we transitioned into Dragon Ball. This is great.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it $100. If we're gonna talk about the worst anime character ever written, is that nigga Yamcha.
Bro, we said this already. We're not gonna talk about that.
We've definitely touched on it. I get it. It's okay.
Let's not talk about that nigga. Just skip him.
All right. So we're gonna try something different this episode, and we're going to talk about the things that we're watching and playing in the middle of the segment instead of the end. So when we can close, we can get on up out of here because, you know, sometimes it take a long time to close because we just love talking. We'll just be here chatting for hours.
We really just be chilling with each other. So, that's what the problem is.
So right now, I am not playing any video games. I am actually currently downloading Demon Slayer and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 on my PS4. And I'm gonna play those because my Xbox controllers are broken right now. But other than that, I'm not really playing anything. I'm watching. I've just caught up on Young Justice.
Nice.
Fucking
I'm not.
again.
I need season 3.
You what? Oh, bro.
Yeah, I need season 3. I only saw the first 2 seasons.
You don't have HBO Max?
I do. I just One Piece
Oh,
only
yeah,
right now.
One Piece. Never mind. Let me not disrupt you. But yeah, it's really good. There are things that I want to say, but I'm just gonna wait until the season ends and then I'll say my piece. What else am I watching? Of course, One Piece. I watched the 1,000th episode. Congratulations, Oda, on doing that. Congratulations. That's a feat that not many people get there. Naruto didn't get there. Dragon Ball Z didn't get there. Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon, none of them joints. Only maybe like there are a couple that made 1,000. I know Case Closed has 1,000 episode, but that's because that shit is like from the 80s. But One Piece getting its 1,000th episode, hitting the quadruple digits. That's fire.